Hello, hello. Oh, I forgot my sound check. Hang on. All right. Let's make sure this is... Oh, yep. See, this is why I do a sound check. All right. Hello, hello. I feel like it's been a minute. Feel like it has been a minute. Okay. How's everyone doing? I hope everyone is doing well. Hello, hello, Steffi. Welcome back. Seabell, welcome back. Hello, hello. How are you today? How's it going? It is, it's not cold in Florida right now, but it's a little chilly, we'll say. It's not hot. Let's put it that way. It's not hot in Florida, which is kind of the same thing as being cold because it's usually so hot. But it's only 19 degrees Celsius right now. So, hello, hello. Hello, Tawana. Welcome. I'm glad you're doing well. Hello, hello to the food addict. Love it. Oh, fantastic. I'm doing pretty well. Not too bad. Not too bad. Very, very busy. So many things to do, but doing okay. The weather in your country is cool. Okay, nice. See, I'm going to be in my hometown for Thanksgiving this year. And Thanksgiving is in about 2 weeks from now. And it already snowed in my hometown. It already snowed. So, Raphael, welcome back. Bear K, welcome back. Temperature is 20. And okay, so about the same temperature. About the same temperature. Hello to India. I just posted a new video of me trying to learn a little Hindi. That's on my channel right now. I posted it right before this live stream. So, new video. I'll put it in the chat. New video. Here we go. It was interesting trying to learn some Hindi. It was interesting. Stressful. Next is Turkish. So I've learned a little Japanese, Brazilian Portuguese, Hindi, and next is Turkish. So we'll see how that goes. I learned some Hindi. I didn't know anything about Hindi. Nothing. Zero. Nada. Nothing. With Turkish, I know a little bit about the grammar. A little. I know enough to be nervous. But I did not know anything about Hindi. So it was very difficult. Especially the pronunciation, that was probably the most difficult part. So namaste. Where are you from? I am from America, and I am currently living in Florida, South Florida. Tell me how to learn English and how to remember vocabulary. So my advice for learning English, it's not very exciting. It's not very exciting advice. My first recommendation is to start to build your understanding of your English right now. I highly, 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 highly recommend you start recording yourself speaking. Figure out a plan, a reasonable plan, not a crazy plan, but start making some measurable goals for yourself. Like, oh, I'm going to learn one new word every day, like that. Start experimenting with different ways to learn. Find what works for you, because everyone learns differently. Then, if you're recording yourself, review your recordings, take notes about what's working, what's not working, make changes, go back to the experiment, make changes, review, experiment, review, etc., 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 and repeat. It's getting better at anything is just a cycle of record, review, repeat. Like I said, it's not a very exciting answer, but improving anything, it's not always super exciting and fun. So, I was worrying there would be no stream today. I love your interactions with comments. Oh, I'm glad. Yeah, my life has been very, very crazy over the last several months, but especially now. And so I'm after Sunday, I won't be streaming for 2 weeks. So there will be a break. But then in December, I'll be back. Why do you choose Turkish? So I'm learning a little bit, or I'm practicing a little bit of the languages of my audience. So if you look at where most of my audience is from, at the top is like Japan, and then Brazil, then India, United States, Turkey. So I learned a little Japanese. Learned a little.
Wow. Oh. Wow.
Arshibish, thank you so much. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you. So glad you're here. I hope that you're doing well. But yeah, I want to try to learn a little bit about the languages of my audience. So I tried Japanese. I tried Brazilian Portuguese. Now I've tried Hindi. New video today of me trying Hindi. And obviously, the United States doesn't count. I already speak English. So next country is Turkey. So gonna try some Turkish. So, Turkish is a kind of emotional language. You should get into the language while learning. So it's interesting. We all think that some languages are more or less emotional or beautiful or poetic than others. I mean, it's a bit of a myth. Can you saw me, Florida? Do you mean, can you show me, Florida? I'm not sure what you mean, Rakesh. I'm not sure what you mean. Can you saw me, Florida? Yeah, so Bear K, when it comes to getting the same question over and over again, when I first started streaming, if you look at some of my early streams, I did have more information on the screen that answered those questions. You'd be surprised. People don't see it. It doesn't work. We would like to hear how you pronounce Turkish words. So that video should be coming in the next few weeks of me practicing some Turkish. So, oh, best ever teacher. Arshibash, you're so sweet. You're so sweet. Goat teacher. I appreciate you. Thank you. Pave, welcome back. Or Pavel, sorry. It's probably Pavel, isn't it? Sorry. I always say Pave. Sorry. But welcome back. Hello, Mohammed from Egypt. Hello. Is this the last week you're streaming? So, not the last week, but I will take a break for a couple of weeks. We have a holiday in the US. I also need a break from work. So there will be a break, but not forever. I will definitely be back in December. So let's see. Hello to Russia. Enjoy watching your channel. Thank you. Thanks to your channel, my level of English has improved significantly. I love that. Thank you so much. I'm so glad. I'm so glad to hear that. Let's see. Hello to Saudi Arabia. Thank you so much for liking my videos. Adam, welcome back. How's it going? Okay, you have a question. Well, please, let's hear it. Hello. I see a couple of Mohammeds. Hello. My loans will be fully paid off by next February, so I can finally start my new plans and life. If you had the chance to move abroad, which country would you choose to settle in? That's an excellent question. Well, congratulations for your loans being fully paid off by next February. That's amazing. I'm happy for you. I'm glad it's so soon. As someone who has a mountain of student loan debt, I'm very, very happy for you that your loans are going to be paid off by next February. So if you had the chance to move abroad, which country would you choose to settle in? Well, part of my answer to that question is limited by the fact that I've only been to a few countries. I have been to the UK, the Bahamas, Taiwan, and Hong Kong. So those are the only countries I've been to. So of those 4 countries that I have experience with, I really liked Taiwan. I'm not going to lie. Taiwan was really, really cool and a really interesting place to live. I lived in Taiwan for only 3.5 months, but I really liked Taipei. I really liked it. Very clean. People are nice. Great transportation. The food was amazing. I really liked, learning and practicing Chinese. I would love to go back to Taiwan one day and spend like a year learning Chinese. That would be really cool. But yeah, there are other countries I would like to spend some time in to see if I like them. So for example, I would love to visit France, spend some time in France, because I really like French. I really like the language, but I've never been to France. Well, I had a very, very stressful layover at the Charles de Gaulle airport, but that doesn't count. So I don't know. To settle in, I would love to visit France. I would love to visit Canada. There are some other places in Asia I'd like to visit. I'd like to visit Japan. I'd like to visit South Korea just to see how it is. So, excellent question. Thank you so much for asking. Hello to Pakistan, Bangladesh. Hello. So you have a plan of trying to learn more languages to be a polyglot, maybe 3 languages in a year. Cool. Very cool. I think that's amazing. So what languages do you have in mind? Because I mean, you already speak Chinese and English, right? So what other languages do you have in mind? Mohammed has a question. Why can't I learn English quickly? Well, quickly, it's interesting, right? Because there's a lot of different reasons why maybe you're not learning it as quickly as you want. First is just you probably have another part of your life, right? You probably have school or a job or a family or, something like that. That takes time. All of those things take time that you can't learn. You can't spend that time learning English. But then let's say if you were able to spend 8 hours a day, like a full-time job learning English, you would learn a lot very quickly, but most people can't do that. It's usually not possible. So here's another thing I'll say. I think in general, you don't have to learn quickly. In fact, it's better if you learn slowly because you'll remember it longer. If you try to put all this information in your head, all this information, like all day, every day, your brain is not going to keep that information. Your brain is gonna be like, whoa, too much. I don't need this. So I would recommend don't focus on learning English quickly. It's okay to take your time, learn a little bit every day, and just make English part of your life. That's my recommendation. Hello to Vietnam. Oh, I don't usually get a lot of viewers from Vietnam. Very cool. Hello, hello. Where are you from originally? So I was born in America. I'm originally from Kentucky, which, fun fact, Kentucky, like Kentucky Fried Chicken, KFC. Same place. So I was originally born in Kentucky, but I've spent my life in Kentucky, in North Carolina, now in Florida, different states. Hello to Japan. Hello, hello. Beginner English. Very cool. Welcome. Okay, Mohammed has another question. If I make a friend from Canada, Australia, Britain, or America, will she help me learn English quickly? I mean, it definitely helps. It definitely helps to be able to chat with someone in terms of, listening and speaking. It definitely helps. It's not required, but you have to think about learning anything, learning anything, it's a numbers game. Like what you put in, you usually get out. So if you spend more time learning, for some time, you will learn more. You will learn faster. Like I said, there is a limit to how much time is effective, but keep in mind that Canadian English, Australian English, British English, American English are different. The accents are different. The vocabulary can be different. Some of the grammar can be different. Just keep in mind. Maybe Dutch and Swedish. I have a dream of moving to these countries. Okay, cool. Wow. The good thing about Dutch is that Dutch is very, very close to English. Dutch is like a mix between English and German. So, what is the way to remember vocabulary? Connect new words to words you already know. Not your native language. Connect new words, new English words to other English words you already know. And it can be a silly connection. It doesn't have to be a logical one. If you can connect new words to memories or emotions, even better. You have to kind of trick your brain into believing these new words are important because, our brains are focused on surviving. So if you can trick your brain into believing that this new word is really important, you'll remember it better. Hello to Algeria. Does Sweden speak English? I'm sure some people speak English in Sweden, but I don't think it's an official language, but I don't know for sure. From what I've experienced, pretzel salty, love that. I love a salty pretzel, man. I love pretzels in general. From what I've experienced, wherever you want to visit in the world, the best way to get to know the culture and the country is to be guided by locals, like spending time at not famous, well-known places. Sure. Yeah, that kind of like local experience. Sure. Yeah. I've been studying French with Memrise. With Memrise. Okay. I've tried it. I love their pronunciation and accents. Very cool. I tried Memrise and I only liked the first level because after the first level, they didn't use videos anymore. And I didn't like that, so I stopped using it. Let's see. Writing is much better than speaking to become fluent. Oh, okay, interesting. I mean, writing is one part of fluency because there's 4 parts. You have listening, reading, speaking, writing. 4 areas. And you can be stronger or weaker in each of those areas. So there's no universal definition of fluent. So I would say, is writing better than speaking to become fluent? It depends on how you define or what you mean by fluent. It depends. Let's see. Hello. Moro, welcome back. Good to see you. How's it going? My family speaks Arabic. Very cool. I am new. Well, welcome. Welcome. And in Egypt, we speak Arabic. To learn a language, I think the answer is face your mistakes. Taking note of these mistakes is really helpful. 100%. Yeah. Like, people freak out about making mistakes. It's like, oh no, I made a mistake. Or like, The reality is, mistakes are how you learn. Also, you will make mistakes. That's normal. That's natural. It's cool. It's all good. So I agree with you, Adam. 100%. Yeah. You have to face your mistakes. Yeah, absolutely. So, morning, very like you from, hello to China. Hello. So, all right. I have an article for us today. Hold on. Let's see. I'm going to put this in the chat. Today's resource is here. So today we're going to look at some news. We're going to look at an article. Sorry, one second. Here we go. Okay. I really like this website. This website is called Engu. I really like it because, it doesn't, it doesn't show up. Oh dear. Why is it not showing up? That's really annoying. Hold on, one second. Oh, that's why. Okay, all right, okay. You know what? Never mind, it's all good. All right, so this website is called Engu, and the reason I like it is because this website has some amazing materials for people learning English. And the best part, I think, is you can select materials based on your level. So we're going to look at some intermediate materials today. And there's a lot of different things here, like so much. Every category, like so much. But I think we're going to look at this one today. It's a nice level 5 intermediate. This article, I looked at it a little bit. This article is Americans spend a third of paycheck. So, okay, something to keep in mind. Headlines, meaning the titles of articles. Headlines are often not grammatically correct. They don't have to be to communicate the point, right? So here, Americans spend a third of paycheck in 12 hours. There should be something before paycheck. To be grammatically correct, there should be something before it. But this is a headline. Headlines are different. So let's take a look at this. Americans spend a third of their paycheck in 12 hours. So I would love if somebody in chat, if one of you could explain what you understand of this title. Like what do you understand about this title? Like, what does this title mean? Americans spend a third of their paycheck in 12 hours. Because we have different things here. We have spend. There's different meanings of the word spend. We're using the word third, which is less common. There's a new word here, paycheck. So I'm curious what you understand from this title. No ideas. Okay. What does paycheck mean? Okay. So paycheck is the money you receive monthly, weekly, bi-weekly from your job. That's your paycheck. So the money that goes into your bank, maybe once a week, every other week, once a month, whatever amount of time from your job, from your work. That's a paycheck. So this title means that, so spend meaning to use money. This can also be to use time. You spend your time. You also spend money. Okay. So they use a third. A third is this. Hold on, third. 1 out of 3. That's a third. So, 33%. Oops. Yeah, we'll say like that. That's a third. Shops of my country. Oh yeah, there was a picture of a convenience store, a Japanese convenience store. Like salary. So the difference between paycheck and salary, at least in American English, salary, we use this to mean the amount of money you get in a year from your job. That's your salary. And a paycheck is just one part. It's what you get, like I said, every month or every week, or like how often, that depends on your job. But a paycheck is one part of your salary. So maybe Americans spend 1/3 of their incomes in 12 hours. Exactly. Yep. So income, that's another good word. Yeah. This suggests an increase in the cost of living. Excellent conclusion, Raphael. Excellent. Good evening. Got it, Commander. Okay, so let's take a look at this article. This is another reason I really like this website, because you learn some vocabulary first, then the article, and you can listen. I mean, today I'm going to read it to you, and the article is, short. Then there's questions, comprehension questions, then discussion questions, then more discussion questions. So, but first we're going to look at vocabulary, okay? So, first word, groceries. Now, there's actually 2 different ways to say this word. Some people say groceries. Some people say groceries. Okay, there's 2 different ways to pronounce it. Both are totally okay. Groceries. Both are okay. So groceries, that's the food, the drinks, the edible items you get sold in a supermarket or similar store. Can be a convenience store, for example. Usually a supermarket, but not always. So, for example, we would say to go grocery shopping. Or to get groceries. That's another way to say that. These would mean the same thing. To go out and buy food for your home. So, for example, question. How often do you go grocery shopping? How often do you go grocery shopping? How often do you go out to buy food for your home? Not from a restaurant. So for me, my husband and I go grocery shopping, or my husband actually goes grocery shopping. I don't go with him. He goes grocery shopping once to twice a week. For the questions below the page, is there any answer we can find? So I think for the comprehension questions, I think there is. But for the discussions, no, because there's no right, wrong answer for the discussion questions. I think everyone spends 1/3 of their salaries in 12 hours. Interesting. I mean, that's what this article is talking about. Yeah. So for me, I go grocery shopping once to twice a week. Once to twice a week. Some people go grocery shopping once a week. Some people go grocery shopping every other week. So you consider mortgage or house. Oh, not considering mortgage or house rent, right? So, I mean, with from expenses or sorry, Mauro, I don't really understand your question. You're not considering mortgage or house rent, right? Because currently, yeah, we're not talking about mortgage or rent. Once a month. Once a month, really? Okay. Once a month. Very interesting. Okay. Very, very interesting. So usually when people buy fresh food, you know, so for example, my husband buys a lot of broccoli. So he needs to go every week. He also buys bread. So he needs to go at least once a week. So once a month, once a week, sometimes more. Yeah. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. So that's groceries. So here we have an example sentence. Would you mind? So can you, like, is it a problem? Would you mind helping me bring the groceries in from the car? So yeah, here we go. Oh my gosh. When I was a kid, there were 5 of us in my house. It was me, my 2 brothers, my mom, my dad, 5 people. And so my mom went grocery shopping pretty often, every couple of days. And I remember my mom, she would come home with groceries, and me and my brother, we needed to go to the car and get the groceries and bring them inside and help bring groceries inside. So, understand some things. Okay, good. That's great. That's great, Mohammed. That's great. Let's see. Oh, hello to Sudan, South Sudan. Very cool. I usually go grocery shopping 3 times a week because the shop is near my home. Okay, cool. Very, very nice. 3 times a week. Going grocery shopping, I always try to find the tasting corner. Right. So in some stores, here we go. In some stores, you can go and they will give you samples. Let's see. That's one example. Yeah, something like, oh, that's another good one. You can go to the supermarket and they will have little samples for you to try while you're shopping, while you're grocery shopping. I don't think this is just an American thing. I think other countries do this too. But yeah, this is definitely a thing. For fresh fruits or vegetables, we go grocery shopping once every 2 weeks. Ah, okay. Okay. Yeah. You can always find me at the tasting corner. Yeah. So these, when you can try just a small piece of something We call these samples. Samples. And it's for free. Yeah. It's great to get things free. Absolutely. Yeah. So this is definitely part of grocery shopping, depending on where you go. So sample. So a small piece of something to try. So some supermarkets offer samples of food products. Yeah. Some, not all. Not all. Okay, let's see. So that's groceries. Next word, utility. Utility. So utility has many meanings, but this meaning is a public service such as, for example, the supply of water, gas, electricity, etc., or a company that provides a service. That's such a service, like that. So utilities are basically water, gas, electricity, the cost. That's your utility. So a utility bill, for example, utilities, water, gas, electricity, the everyday things you use to just live in your home. Usually separate from the cost of your home. So for example, if you live in an apartment, usually, well, it depends. Sometimes your rent includes the cost of some utilities, like water, for example. But if you pay a mortgage for you have a house and you're paying for your house, then your utilities are separate. So, for example, I spend around $200 on utilities each month. So we'll say utilities is the cost of water, gas, electricity, etc. Okay, our next word, subscription. Very, very useful to know this word nowadays. Like Netflix is a subscription. So a subscription is an arrangement, so like an agreement to receive something, to get something regularly, so consistently, by paying in advance. So when you buy Netflix, you're buying a subscription. So you give money and Netflix says, like, okay, you can have this for 30 days, for example. Usually a subscription is for a month, but it can be for any amount of time. It can also be for a year. So, let's see. I prefer to rent an apartment that includes utilities. See, yeah, definitely that would be more convenient. Easier. Utility equals outcome. Is it true? Outcome. Not really. Not really. Utility, another meaning of the word utility is usefulness, like something that is useful. Utility as outcome. No. If we think of utility as something that is useful, maybe that's a little clearer. Arrangement. Could we say platform? So an arrangement is more like an agreement. Because subscriptions, they don't have to be with a platform. It can be It's usually a platform, but it doesn't have to be a platform. An arrangement is just an agreement. Like, oh, we have an arrangement. We have an agreement. Like, we both agreed to these conditions. Yeah. Advanced payment. Yep. Alina, welcome back. Good to see you. Your papers are going on nowadays. I'm not getting enough time, so that's why I get... no worries. Yeah, I totally understand. No worries. I mean, it's definitely important, get your work done. Makes sense. It's all good. Luckily, these videos or these live streams become videos, so you can always watch after. But I'm glad you're here. Welcome back. So nowadays, subscriptions, everything is a subscription. You're paying like once a month or once a year, and like everything is a subscription. I remember when I was younger, subscriptions were not really a thing. Like, you would subscribe to a magazine. That was common when I was a kid. Now, everything online is a subscription. So, yeah, it's subscriptions. The cost of subscriptions adds up very quickly. Okay, let's look at this one. Savings. So money that you have put away to use later. Okay, savings. Money we'll say like hide away to use later. That's savings. Good afternoon to Brazil. How's it going? Hello. How are you, teacher? I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. Thank you so much for asking. You're still young. Well, now that I'm using like anti-aging products, I don't feel so young. But I appreciate it. Thank you. So yeah, savings is the money, all the money that you put away to use later. That's savings. So usually banks will let you have a checking account and a savings account. That's a common, well, at least in America, this is common. Usually you have a checking account and a savings account at a bank. Okay, keep up. This is a good phrasal verb to know. This is a good phrasal verb. Keep up. This is a good phrasal verb. So how do they describe it? To move or progress at the same speed or rate as someone or someone else. Okay. All right. I'm okay with this definition. To move or progress. So progress meaning to go forward, right? At the same speed or rate as someone or something else. So actually, I would describe this a little bit differently. So to keep up, and it's usually to keep up with someone or something. Usually that means that, we have a new subscriber. Welcome. So to keep up means that you are behind, we'll say like behind someone else. So, for example, let's say you have two people. You have mom and you have child. Okay. Mom walks very fast and the child walks very slow. Mom might turn and say, keep up. You're slow. Keep up. And that means like, join me here. Like come to the same place I am. Keep up. Like, you're too slow. Let's go. Keep up. So yeah, keep up means to come to the same place as someone else. So, someone or something is behind. So to join someone at the same level, same place, like that, to keep up. Let's see. So how... See, sorry. It's funny. You're talking about age. I'm not young. I'm 24. Here's the thing. I agree with Adam. Like, I'm 31. So to me, 24 is like, oh, you're young. It's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. But yeah, see, I'm 31. Let's see. Can you ask me something? Can you ask me something? What? Sorry. Queen. I'm not sure what your question means. Sorry. Are you asking if you can ask me? Because of course, if you have a question, yeah, please ask. Okay, yeah, like join me. Yeah, yeah, keep up is kind of like keep up, join me, catch me. Yeah. So nice. Hello to Korea. I love that you guys talk to each other in chat. I love it. Okay, so that's to keep up. Usually to keep up with, like keep up with me, or I want to keep up with you, or things like that. Let's see. Okay, last word. Regularly. That's a bit of a mouthful. Regularly. So regularly, just, yeah, often or usually. Regularly, like consistently. I regularly go jogging. I mean, I don't. But what do I do regularly? I regularly play the piano. So I play the piano almost every day. So that's regularly, often, usually. So. Okay, that was our last word. So let's get into the article. Let's start the article. So here we have Americans spend a third of paycheck in 12 hours. 12 hours. So, how old are you? How old am I? I am 31. 31. Yep. Oh, Adam, you got a new job? You're a front desk clerk at a hotel? That's awesome. Very, very cool. That's awesome. I've been studying English about 10 years, but don't learn. Any advice? So, my best advice, if you've been studying English for a long time, you're not happy with your English, start recording yourself. Get your phone, record yourself talking about anything, and then after 1-2 days, look at that video of yourself and review. What did you do right? What did you do wrong? It sounds like you don't have an awareness of your level. So start with that. Record and review. Welcome to our new subscriber. So you have a chance to speak English every day. That's cool, Adam. That's awesome. Amazing. Hello to Bangladesh. Okay, sorry. Article. Okay, here we go. I'm going to read this first, then we'll talk about it. Okay. So Americans are spending over a third of their paycheck in the first 12 hours after they receive it, according to a new survey. And almost half of their pay is gone within 48 hours. All right, so let's take a look at this. So Americans are spending over a third. So remember, a third is 1/3. Let's do this. Here we go. So remember, a third is like that, okay? Over a third. So that means more than a third. Okay, more than a third of their paycheck. So like salary, yeah, kind of like we'll say like salary. In the first 12 hours after they receive it. So let's say, receive a paycheck. Well, money gone. Or no, more than spent. Hello, Travelers Vlog. Welcome. How's it going? How are you? So this is according to, let's say says a new survey. So a survey is like, maybe it would be easier to show you, actually. So a survey is when you, like this. That's perfect. This is a survey when you are answering questions about something, usually your experience. So that's a survey. Okay. So according to a new survey. Okay. So Americans are spending over a third of their paycheck. And almost half of their pay, so pay, meaning salary, paycheck, income, is gone within 48 hours. So this means almost half like that. Almost half of their pay, meaning their income, paycheck, is gone within 48 hours. So they spend their money very, very quickly. So in August, Talker Research, this is probably a company, Talker Research surveyed 2,000 working Americans on how they spend their paycheck. So survey can be a thing, a noun, or a verb. It can be something you do. You survey people. You ask people questions. So it can be, survey can be a questions about someone's experience, or to survey, to ask questions about someone's experience. So it can be either a survey or to survey. Could be either one. I'm an introvert, so it might be difficult for me to talk to someone anytime. Adam, don't be afraid, man. It's if you want to be able to talk, I mean, doing a little bit, more and more. Like, you can do it. You can do it. It's good to practice. I'm fine. Oh, you from? So where are you from? I am from America. I'm currently living in Florida. Yeah. I'll actually, you know what? There it is. Okay, I am from America. I currently live in Florida. There we go. Okay. So we talked about survey. So in August, Talker Research surveyed 2,000 working Americans, so Americans with jobs, on how they spend their paycheck, how they spend their money. Most Americans aren't spending that money, so that money meaning their paycheck, their salary. Most Americans aren't spending that money on unimportant things, though. So unimportant means not important. Okay, so this un equals not. So unimportant. So they're not spending. We can say this differently. We can say, okay. So most Americans, so most means more than 50%. There we go. Americans aren't spending that money on unimportant things. So not important. We can also say this as most Americans spend their paycheck on important things. Oops. There we go. They spend their paycheck on important things. We have two negatives here. So they kind of cancel each other. Like this. Are not spending that money on unimportant things. Meaning they are spending their money on important things. Okay. When asked what they're buying as soon as they get their paycheck, over half of the survey participants, 52%, said they pay for groceries and other things they need. Okay? So here, when asked, so when someone asks them what they're buying as soon as, meaning like immediately, as soon as. Oops. Immediately. So as soon as they get their paycheck, over half, meaning more than 50%, of the survey participants, so people who people who answered the questions, 52%. Oh, my dog is here. Of the survey participants, so 52% is more than 50, said they pay for groceries and other things they need. So they're not spending their money on just random stuff. They're paying for food. Okay. Hang on. Let me check the chat. Let's see what's Hello, Pseudo. Hello. So I'm planning to experiment with different times of the live streams in December. So hopefully in December you will be able to attend these live streams. That's the best I can do. I do recommend watching these live streams after, when they are videos. That's also an option. First time as a clerk, I was shivering when I met clients, but it's getting better now. See what I mean, Adam? That's fantastic. Good for you. Let's see. Most favorite states is Florida. I don't really like Florida very much. It's fine. It's fine. Let's see. Hello. Can we see your dog? Let's see if my dog is still here. Okay, one second. Hi, Okay. Come here, buddy. Come here. Come here. Oh, he doesn't really want to get in my lap. Hang on. I don't know if my background will let him be visible. Oh, there he is. You can kind of see him. You can kind of see him. Okay, so the background thing didn't really work, but oh, well, I did my best. Oh, goodness. So that's my dog. My dog's name is Pip. So, alrighty. Okay, so, other things they need. All right. So 48% said they pay bills. 42% said they pay for credit cards and housing. And 32% pay for utilities and subscriptions. So lots of numbers here. So let's take a look at this. 48%. What? These are numbers and this is words. Why? Okay, whatever. It doesn't matter. And 32% pay for utilities. So 48%, we can also say 48% said they pay bills. Okay, so bills. Bills is anything you need to pay. You need to pay. Like to continue living in your house or apartment or, you know, your car. Bills, that's a big category. 42% said they pay for credit cards and housing. So credit cards and housing. Okay. And 32% pay for utilities. So remember, utilities, water, gas, electricity, things like that. And then subscriptions. Think Netflix, right? Netflix is a subscription. So let's see. With just a little over half their salary left until they get their next paycheck, it may be no surprise that only 28% said they put money straight into savings. You know, I feel like this is not intermediate. This actually seems a bit more advanced. Okay. Alrighty, so here, just a little over half. A little more than 50%. A little more. There we go. So left meaning remaining. Until they get their next paycheck, it may be no surprise that only 28% said they put money straight into savings. So remember, savings. So savings is money you put away to use later. So only 28% said they put money straight into savings. 28%. That's actually higher than I was expecting. It's very, very difficult to put money into savings now because the cost of living is getting so high, but yeah. Okay. Oh, this is going to be fun. Okay. Among millennials, so millennials are, okay, people born between the early 1980s and early 1990s. That's the group of people that we call millennials. 38% said they plan their spending in advance. So they're thinking about how they will spend their money. They think about it before. So millennials, you know, hold on. Let's talk about this word. So I know we have several millennials in chat today. Many of you are millennials. I'm a millennial. I'm a young millennial. So I was born in 1994. So I am a young millennial. This is a good word to know because it's used very often in conversations nowadays. So are there, I know, let's see, Adam said he was 33, so Adam's a millennial. Okay. Gotta work tomorrow. Need to sleep. Hey, I get you. No worries. Have a good day at work tomorrow. So, okay, Bear K, 1997. So not a millennial. Okay. Yes, Alina. Okay, yes. When Adam sends me an email, yes, I will definitely connect you to. Absolutely. No problem. Okay, 1997. So not a millennial, because this is early 1990s. So, okay. Seabell is a young millennial too. Fantastic. Yay. So I think, yeah, basically before 1995. Yeah. So like between like 1980 to 1995, that would be millennial. We have a lot of, no. There are different names for different ages. Yeah. Different age for different names for different ages. 2005. Oh my God. So wait, Alina. Okay, so that makes you 20. Oh, so young. Okay. Okay, 2005. So you're Gen Z? No? Crap. What? Hold on. Hang on. 1 second. Okay, 1 second. Okay, here we go. Okay, Gen X. Okay, Gen Z. Yeah, Gen Z. Okay, so you're Gen Z. Okay. Hello to Brazil. No worries. Well, have a good night. Good luck with class. Have a good class tomorrow. Thanks for stopping by. Okay, so Gen Z is 1997 to 2012. And we just finished Gen Alpha. Gen Alpha has some really interesting vocabulary. Now we're already into Generation Beta starting this year. Starts from, yes, your birth year. Correct. I'm an old millennial. Well, 1983. So, okay. And, an elder millennial. Email. Yes. Hold on. Okay, it doesn't do it correct. At missjeanteaches.com. I don't know if that'll work. The at symbol. Yeah. So, okay, really cool. Okay, so among millennials, 38% said they plan their spending in advance. So they think about how they're going to spend their money. 32% in Generation Z, Gen Z, so people born between the late 1990s and early 2000s, said we'll talk about that. They time their payments to the moment they receive their paycheck. So this sentence here, I don't think this article is actually intermediate. I think it's more advanced, actually. So to time something, means, it has multiple meanings. To time something can mean to measure the amount of time for something, for an action. So, for example, like, oh, say this quickly, I'll time you. Like, wow, 10 seconds. Like that. That's to time something. So this is where we get the word timer. A device that times or that measures how long an action takes. Okay. But also, to time something can also mean to be very exact. To be very exact. Very specific about when something happens. So to be very exact when something happens. So for example, I timed the release of my new video for this morning before the live. So I timed the release of my new video for this morning, meaning I chose this specific time, like that time. So to be very exact about when something happens. So here, so this group of people around the same age, they time their payments, when they pay, to the moment they receive their paycheck. So nowadays, you can schedule when you pay for something. So they time their payments. They schedule paying something for the moment they receive their paycheck. So they get paid and they already think, I get my money on this day. Okay, I will pay my subscription, my bills, my housing, utilities, all of that. I will pay that at that moment, that time. I think that's an interesting way to live. All right. However, 34% still said they spend too much in the days after they're paid. So 34% just, it's still like, I'm paying too much money after I receive it. Like too quickly, too much, too quickly. And among Generation Z participants, so young people, younger than me, 18% said they spend money to keep up with friends who earn more. This is unfortunate. So they spend money to keep up with friends who earn more. So remember when we talked about keep up? Where's keep up? Where's keep up? Keep up. Here we go. Okay. So it's like to join, right? To get to the same place, to join someone. So they spend money to do the same things like their friends, but their friends make more money. So it's not really, Yeah. Okay, almost done. Almost done. Most participants, 52%, said they're paid every 2 weeks. So in America, usually the most common times to get money from your job is once a month or every other week. So every 2 weeks or bi-weekly. I know in other countries, sometimes it's different. So I know in many other countries, once a month is everywhere. Here, it can be either. 73% said they're stressed about their financial situation. 73% said they are stressed about their financial situation. Yeah, me too. 62% said they think being paid more regularly each day, for example, would improve their situation and decrease their stress. So here we're talking about a hypothetical. They think maybe being paid more regularly, so not once a month, not every other week, but every day would, meaning maybe, might, could improve their situation and decrease their stress. So getting paid every day would be better, they think. Okay. Yes, so Alina, you are definitely Gen Z. Yeah, definitely Gen Z. You were born in 2005? Yeah, you're definitely Gen Z. Let's see. Would improve their stress. Okay. So that's the end of the article. What time is it? Ooh. Okay. All right. Been streaming for a while. Let's go to the discussion question. Okay. Let's look at this question. Do you imagine most people in your country are stressed about money? So, question for the chat. Do you imagine let's see. These emojis are funny. Okay, here we go. I like this. All right, question. Do you imagine most people in your country are stressed about money? Unfortunately, yes. Yep. Yep, I see another yes. I think most people in general, I think you have to get to a certain point to not stress about money. I think most people stress about money. Yes. Yep, I see. Biggest obstacle in our country is about money. I think, yeah, honestly, I think that's true, like, everywhere. I know that definitely, at least in America, things in general, everything is getting more expensive. So, yeah. Not only imagine, so like you experience it. Yeah. You live it. Yeah, I get you. I get you. Yep. So, okay, let's go back here. People are unemployed. It's going to disaster day to day. So meaning like it's like becoming a disaster day to day. Iceman, welcome back. How's it going? Hello, hello. All right. Well, that was a very interesting article. Very, very interesting. Whew. I'm not going to lie. My brain is a little... just a little. But don't forget that I have a new video today. New video about learning Hindi. I tried a little bit of Hindi and it was actually a lot of fun. I mean, it was stressful, but it was fun. Stressful, but fun. So new video. There's my new video. Hopefully I don't offend anyone from India or just native Hindi speakers because I struggled. And next time it's going to be Turkish. So that'll be fun. That'll be really fun. Oh, goodness. Everyone in Egypt lives for love and peace. Love that. Biggest source for survival is money, I think, especially nowadays. I definitely agree, Alina, for sure. Hello to Syria. Hello, hello. Thank you so much, Iceman. Thank you. In Egypt, love is more important than money. For example, if you're given the choice between money and somebody you love, you would definitely choose love. There's an expression we have in English. I'm sure other languages also say this, but money can't buy happiness. And it's interesting because, like, yeah, okay, money cannot buy happiness. But money can buy a lot of things that are necessary for happiness. I never liked that expression, money can't buy happiness. Yes, it can. Yeah, yes, it can. It can definitely buy some happiness, for sure. So let's see. Yeah, language in general can be really, interesting. I don't think languages are stupid. I just think that languages can be really... I think they're fascinating, personally. A little sick, but I'm here because of your streaming. Oh my gosh. Well, if you're sick, you need to rest. Get some water. Have a rest. But I'm very glad that you're here joining us for stream today. I appreciate it. So when is my next live? So there we go. There's my schedule. So currently Fridays and Sundays for everyone around 9 a.m. my time. And then Saturdays are just for my champions. So, please don't stop streaming. You're motivating for me to studying English. Yay. I'm so glad. So glad. Hello to Brazil. Hello, hello. Hello to India. I just made a video about Hindi. So I hope you can check it out. Alrighty, well, we're going to wrap it up. Like I said, check out today's new video. Me struggling to practice some Hindi. So hopefully it is funny for you all. Hopefully it is entertaining. So thank you all so much. I will see you again on Sunday. Or if you're one of my champions, then I'll see you tomorrow. So take care, have a good one, be safe, and see you on Sunday. Bye.